Welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. If you are returning, I just want to tell you guys how much I appreciate you for showing up every week and supporting me. You mean the world to me. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. I really appreciate you stopping by today. If you enjoyed today's video, I really hope you hit that subscribe button and become part of our family. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm using this heart wreath form I got from Dollar Tree, some of this jute rope from Walmart, and then this plaid ribbon from Big Lots I got last spring. And then I'm using this burlap ribbon I got from Michael's last year after Christmas, and it was 80% off. So I start off by taking my ribbon and cutting them down to 6 inches. And I believe I cut out about 24 of each. So if you recreate this, you just want to make sure you have plenty of ribbon. So then after that, I took like 5 of them and folded them in half and dovetailed the ends until I had all of the ends dovetailed for all of those ribbons. Once I was done with that, I took my jute rope and I am just going to hot glue it around that middle, what do you call it? Middle tier, middle ring. There you go. And then I take my rope and I'm just wrapping it around that middle ring and the middle ring and the inner ring. Did I say that right? I don't know. It's late, you guys. I'm a little on the tired side. So I just continue to wrap. Now I did have to use my hot glue at the beginning in a few spots, but for the most part, I was able to just wrap it. Where the heart goes into the rounded area, I think I had to use a little bit of hot glue, but you just kind of use it here and there when you might need it. Then at the end, you just finish and hot glue it to the back. Then I took my plaid ribbon and I'm just going to fold it like so in the middle, just kind of scrunching it, and then fold it in half and then hot glue it to the back. And I'll show that a couple more times here so you can kind of get an idea of how it's done. But I did get this idea from Pinterest. I saw quite a few of these actually on Pinterest, and I just loved the way like they looked. And I finally decided, you know what, every time I see one of these, I stop and I'm just like, that is so cute. I better just make myself one. So I did. So as you see, you just scrunch in the middle and then fold in half and then hot glue it to the back of the wreath form. Then once I had that all filled, I took the tan colored ribbon and I am just going to fold it over the very last ring. So I just kind of hot glue it, fold it over and hot glue it and hot glue the ribbon to the ring. I am sorry. I'm having a hard time talking tonight, guys. I'm really tired. And then I just do this all the way around and I do kind of overlap them a little bit so that way it kind of helps cover the edges some. Then once I was done with that, I took my burlap ribbon and I'm going to make a Brenda bow by doing the awareness ribbon and then just scrunching the middle up together. And then I use a twist tie to... Man, I can't find my words tonight, you guys. I am so sorry. I just use a twist tie so that it tightens it, right? You can use a twist tie or a zip tie or a Chanel stem, whatever it is you'd like to use. Oh my goodness, this ought to be entertaining for you guys. So then I just made another bow with my red ribbon and then I'm just using that same twist tie to add them together. Then I go ahead and dovetail the ends and then just kind of fluff it so it's the way I like it. And then I'm going to hot glue it right to the bottom of this wreath form. And there's so many things you could do with this. I thought about putting flowers on it or just hearts on it, but I decided I wanted to keep this a little more neutral. Yes, it may be red, but doesn't really scream Valentine's Day. I did have this little wood heart from Dollar Tree that I hot glued in the middle of that bow, and there it is. And I love it. I have it hanging on my door already. And I just think it is so pretty. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I am going to use this vase that I bought last year at Goodwill for about $2, I believe. And I am just going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. And I do go and paint all the sides, and I do paint about 1 inch to 2 inches on the inside as well. I did have to paint 2 coats because of it being so bright red. And then once it was dry, I took my antique wax and a chip brush, and I am just going over those raised areas with my wax. And then once I was done with that, I just took some more of that plaster paint and just kind of went over it to just kind of blend the colors in so it wasn't so heavy-handed. After that was all done, I took these roses that I got from Dollar Tree and these fern bushes that I got last year from Dollar Tree, and I am just going to put them inside of this vase. Now, the reason why I'm using these, because I love the way plants look in homes, but I do not have a green thumb, you guys. I kill plants. I either water them too much or not enough, and I can never keep a plant alive. So you know what? Next best thing is some fake ones. So then I took this ribbon I got from Walmart at Christmas time. I just thought it was really pretty, and I thought it could be so neutral for Farmhouse. And I'm just going to wrap it around and hot glue it to the vase. And then I'm going to tuck the other end in, and then hot glue it over that. And then that way it has a finished edge. Once I am done with that, I'm going to take some more of that ribbon and I'm going to make another Brenda bow, just making that awareness ribbon and scrunching in the middle and using a twist tie to tighten it. After that, I am going to dovetail the ends, fluff the bow, and I'm going to take a piece of jute rope from my previous DIY, and I'm actually going to use that to cover that twist tie. That's the one thing about using a twist tie or a zip tie or anything. The way I do my rows is you do need to cover it so you don't have to see that. So once I am done with that, then I am just going to hot glue that to the front of that vase where that ribbon is. And that's all there was for this one. And it was so easy, but yet I think it's so pretty. It doesn't scream Valentine's Day. It's something that I can keep up all year if I want. I could, if I don't want the roses in there, I can definitely take the roses out and it still looks pretty and looks farmhouse. And I just love it. And you will have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to my social media accounts in my Linktree in my description box below, as well as the links to my Chalk Couture, my Buy Me a Coffee, my Amazon store, and others. So here is DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm going to use one of these little barns that you get from Dollar Tree, my Waverly chalk paint, the color Plaster, and then this Chalk Couture transfer. But honestly, I don't use that paint. I use something else. So I start off by taking my Cricut spatula, and I am just going between the trim and that barn or house, whatever it is, and I'm just kind of breaking it, just being really careful because I didn't want to break it apart, just wanted to break it off. And then after that, I just kind of started tearing off some of that top layer of that paper that was on there. Then I just took my water spritzer and I spritzed it with water, and I end up using my Cricut spatula. I use that thing for so much stuff, you guys. And I scrape up all the paper, and then I just wiped it with my goo off once I was done. Then I took my bright white chalk paste from COUTURE, and I am spritzing it with water and stirring it until I get the consistency of paint. And then once I have it all to the consistency that I wanted, I am going to take my paintbrush here. I actually got this from COUTURE as well. And I am just painting over that house, barn. I'm not sure what it is, but it kind of looks like a barn and kind of looks like a house. But whatever it is, it's going to be a house to me. So I'm going to paint over that with my chalk paste. Once I was done with that and that was drying, I took my antique wax and a paper towel, and I am brushing that onto that wood trim because I just wanted it to be a little darker than it was. And I absolutely love the way this came out. It has a little bit of the tone of the color that's underneath, and it just it looks like real wood. It's beautiful. Then I took my transfer and I just used my fuzzing cloth. I didn't have to use it much because I have used this already, and I'm just going to place this transfer onto my surface there, and I just make sure there's no air bubbles. You want to do that so that the paste doesn't run. Then I'm taking my candy apple paste, and I am using my mini squeegee here, and I am just brushing this on, squeegeeing it on. I don't know how you would say it. Anyways, I'm just putting this all over my transfer there. And once I have this all on, I'm just kind of scraping up any extra, and then I'm just going to gently remove my transfer, and there it is. I love it. It's so pretty. And then I'm taking some more of my antique wax, and I'm just doing some dry brushing and just kind of making it so it wasn't so bright white. And then after that, I took my hot glue and I just glued this piece back on. Now, if you recreate this, they do have a little few staples that are sticking out, so you want to be really careful when you do take it off, that you don't hurt yourself. And then I tried to take the clothespin off of one of these hearts that I got from Dollar Tree. I had to kind of take the clothespin apart because it was kind of in my way. So once I was able to get that glue to melt a little bit, I was able to get my spatula in between the pin and the heart and get it off. So then I just used my hot glue to glue that heart on there. And then I'm taking some of this gingham ribbon, this red and white gingham ribbon, and I'm just making a tiny bow. And I'm sorry I was pointing. I was talking to my husband. I have no idea what I was pointing at. And I'm just gonna dovetail the ends here and then hot glue it to the top of that house. And then once I was done with that, I took some of this twine that I got from Dollar Tree in the automotive section, and I am just going to hot glue it in the back and wrap it around 3 times on the bottom of that house, and then hot glue it to the back again. And that's all there was for this one, and I love it. I just think it is so adorable. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, DIY number 4. So for this DIY, I'm going to use one of these pails I got from Dollar Tree, a skewer from Dollar Tree, these foam dice from Dollar Tree, and these buffalo check beads that I got from Amazon. So I start off by using my Waverly chalk paint and the color Plaster and painting each one of those foam dice. I did give them 2 coats of paint because those colors really did show through, and it took 2 coats to cover it. After they were all dry, I had printed off the word home and the word love, and I am going to put the HOME on one side and then love on the other side. If you don't have a Cricut, you can easily do this with stickers. I initially was going to use the poster board stickers that Dollar Tree has, but they were too big for these dice. These dice are smaller than what I normally see there. And then the other stickers that I had from Dollar Tree, they were too small. So I ended up just making these from my Cricut. And then once I am done with that, I'm going to take some antique wax and go ahead and do some dry brushing all along all sides of these cubes. Then after that, I put some floral foam inside my pail, and then I'm using this skewer to poke through each one of those cubes. Now, it was a little hard at first. Once I got it to poke through, I just kind of twist and work at it until it goes through some more. And then I put the one that had the hole on top of the next one and just pushed my skewer through until it poked a hole in the bottom one. And then I put my skewer through a little deeper and then turned it upside down and poked a hole again with using the top one kind of as a template. And then I was able to get my skewer through. So once I got all of them done, I'm adding them to the skewer and I'm putting one of those beads in between each letter. And then once those are on there, I will add a bead with some hot glue to the top and to the bottom to keep them in place. If you're new here, I just want to take a moment to say welcome. If you are enjoying what you see and you like home decor on a budget, holiday decor, thrift flips, gift ideas, then hit that subscribe button, become part of our family. I am almost to 5,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping to make that by March 5th, which is my anniversary date for my first DIY. So help me out, join this family, and let me know you're here in the comment box. I would love to get to know you. So after that, I just took some more of the antique wax and I am just going over this pail. Now this pail, when I bought it from Dollar Tree, was actually red. I had spray painted it white for another project previously. So I did want to tone down some of that white with that antique wax. So here I'm just adding some moss to the bottom to just cover up that floral foam. And then I am taking some more of this ribbon from Walmart and I am just going to hot glue it. But I decided to just hot glue the seam to be on the side of the pail with that seam there. And the reason why I did that is because I am going to put a bow on both the front and the back because this is going to be a two-sided sign. But then after I got done, I realized, well, the handle's kind of in the way and I'd rather it be in the back. So I can just move the sign, take the skewer out of the floral foam and turn it around if I want to. You could probably even just twist each letter or each block too if you want. So anyways, here I'm just making the little bow out of that gingham ribbon that I had, and I'm just going to hot glue, like I said, one in the front and one in the back. And then after I get done doing that, I'm going to, well, I guess I have to dovetail the ends too. I do add some, I don't show this, but I do add some little flowers that I had. I think they're hops bushes or something like that. I got them from Dollar Tree this last fall and I just felt like the pail needed a little something, so I added it, and there is the home side and you just saw the love side. And you'll have to let me know what you think about this too. I think it came out really cute, but yeah, let me know what you think about this one as well. So here coming up is the final reveal of all the projects. Let me know in the comment box which one was your favorite today, and make sure that you give me that thumbs up and comment. That really helps my channel grow. It lets YouTube know that you like my content and it will promote it more. And if you are new and have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, become part of our family. I'd love to have you join, and then let me know you're here. So With all that being said, guys, I will have another video on Saturday the 5th, the 5 under 5 challenge. So have those notification bells set, and I will see you on the next one. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.